Well, I guess Zach was pretty ticked that I stole his receiver, that he's not making parts deliveries anymore. It's making me come to his house. He's got his truck right here. He said he left the parts in the back. Doesn't even want to meet me out here. Well, guess we burned that bridge. Might have to steal this lawnmower though. But finally got the reflector and the rest of the decals, so the tractor's gonna look a little better today. So just got back from grabbing the decals and that reflector from Zach. We're gonna go ahead and put the rest of the decals on, and then I'm gonna pop this reflector in. Finally got the decal on there like it's supposed to be. Here's why I had to replace the reflector. Snagging these screws out of here. Probably need to throw this piece away, but I feel like I should try to get this little decal off. It's like a thick, rubbery decal. I think that'd be pretty cool on a toolbox. That looks pretty dang nice compared to this Salvage yard light. This is gonna look a little redneck, but I covered up my controller and wiring this under here. Well, it's a beautiful day out here at the rental farm. Got the 8300, got the John Deere decal on there now, and then I got the lens cover. You already saw us putting that stuff on. We get hooked up to the disc, and we're gonna go around, make a lap around where we chiseled and chop up the roots that we pulled up to the surface. Some of those roots were 30 foot long. It's just insane what's under the ground, robbing moisture from your crops around the tree lines. And here in Missouri, we deal with that a lot. This field was also 3 years straight of beans that were no-tilled. There's a lot of combine ruts, and the ground's hard packed. It's uneven. There's a lot of holes. We just want to start with a clean slate. I would have loved to bring a chisel in last fall. I don't want to chisel the whole thing because I don't want to release a bunch of moisture. But hopefully the disc can get us started, and we'll come back through with a cultivator and make a secondary tillage pass and then go right in. The plan is to plant corn with the planter that we're going to be picking up. So let's get to it. I'm pretty pumped up, and we had to find a spot here that didn't have wind noise. So got to get my mic set up for you guys if we're going to be filming a bunch of outdoor stuff. And also keep in mind, I can't film in the cab and explain stuff very well because it is so loud, because of course we got the open station 8300. Looks like this hose started spraying oil out. I noticed it sprinkled on the back of the disc. The 8300's doing a pretty dang good job. It's running good. This ground, it's got kind of a sod built up, and it's pulling the disc hard, making it pull forward. I leveled it at home, but you can see it's not doing the greatest job in the world. But this ground is like concrete, so it's just raking the disc forward. And maybe I'll have to go over it a second time, but let's get back to it. Well, I finally got to put oil in the tractor. Our leak has gotten too bad, but I got to get the rest of this ground worked because we got a storm coming, and I don't know how many rains I'm going to get to work this ground in. But up here, the sod's not as thick, so it is working up a little bit better. Our leak is just getting pretty dang bad out of this hose right here. So I got the funnel. I asked Zach, I was like, hey, can you run to Tractor Supply and just get some cheap VP oil? And he did. And he's got his John Deere truck out here, but
yeah,
or Ag Power, I should say. But he also said he's got a gift for us. So you know how I stole the 7500 receiver? That was all a hoax. I didn't actually steal it. What Zach does have is a real deal for us, and let me show you what he's got.
Hey guys, I have a Starfire 3000. This is the receiver that we put on top of the roof to receive
GPS
signal from our Green Star system.
And this is a used one, right?
This is a used one.
So that
came from our actually it came from our AMS specialist, or actually manager, out of Carrollton,
okay,
Missouri. So
used fits our budget a little better.
Yep,
so.
yep. This won't set you back as much as like a 7500.
Right. And this is on SF1, right?
This is SF1.
Okay, so
yeah.
This is part 1, and I've got a steering wheel and I've got a little brown box display that I'll be showing you guys in a future video and getting set up. But we're getting a tractor on a budget set up, and we're getting guidance on that budget tractor set up.
That's true.
Keeping the cost down, so.
Yep, beer budget, champagne taste.
But I've got a bracket on the tractor now, but we got to put the premium shroud bracket on, or however you explain that. So
yeah, basically they went over to this style.
Why don't you bring that stuff over?
Yeah.
So there's the bracket I got up there.
Yep.
And then Zach said, Zach had me get this bracket right here.
This bracket and that bracket right there.
We're gonna swap them out.
Yep.
It's gonna be angled a little bit, but
yeah, I think that's gonna be awesome.
But I'll have you guys watch Zach do that while I fill the tractor up with some oil so we can keep on rolling.
Okay guys, I'm gonna reposition you. Put you right there. So we were tightening up these bolts so we can snap our 3000 receiver on. I told Zach that 3000 was the most powerful and the best receiver ever. That's called salesmanship. Right, Zach?
Right.
Yep. Okay. That should be it, other than just clipping it on. Hey, Zach, do you want to hand that to me really quick in the back of the truck?
You gonna polish it for me?
No. I should. I think it has water in it, Zach. Not really.
Does it?
No. Okay, guys. There it is. It's on, and now I just have to find the plug-in. I'm sure it's tucked up underneath here somewhere.
It's getting dark on us. I got Zach in the tractor. You know, I might not have auto track yet, but he's pretty decent at it, so. Running the old manual steering wheel. Getting it done. It's getting dark on us though. And big thank you to Zach. We used to work together like 7 or 8 years ago and stayed in touch, and he loves farming just like I do. done. Just brought the tractor back. I'm gonna take over. I got 15 acres and some small patches, and then I'll see if I want to do anything twice. So I got Zach here, and I was putting some stuff away and noticed, let's go over to the light. He's got to answer a question about his tools. So I like tools. We talk about tools on this channel. Case IH. What do you have to say for yourself, Zach?
I don't know, man. It was too good of a deal. It was on sale.
Right.
It was on sale.
Right. Unbelievable. Well guys, it's about 10:30 at night. I'm gonna call it quits. I got an hour drive back home, and we've got rain coming here in half an hour, so I'm probably gonna get wet because I got the open station 8300. But I got about 10 acres left, and you can see the lightning off in the distance. So wish me luck on the way back home. But thanks for watching. This ground's gonna need a lot more work than what I did to it today. I guess that's what I get for renting ground that, you know, hadn't been taken care of. But we'll get a crop on it, and we'll see how she does. So thank you guys for watching. Well, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's raining and we just made it back in time.